Yep. Hey everyone, welcome to this new podcast show called, weirdly named enough, Cyborg Cowboys.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw indeed. And we're the hosts of this show. I am Jordan MAXcast, aka Max JJ, and also with us is Andrew Wilson.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy. How you been doing? You know, are you that notorious?
Am I that notorious? Hey, I'm very notorious. Everybody knows who I am.
Yeah.
You see that water poster up there? That's me.
I don't... You know, the one that looks like a hot chick over there?
Oh, wait, that's my girl.
Oh, you wish. You wish that Wonder poster was a girl. If there's a Wonder poster that has a girl on it, you know, I'll be totally worried, you know, like, I would actually be worried if you go to, you know, second base for that girl, you know?
I don't know, I would do, like, have sex with her and then just turn her in, like, thank you for the good time, ma'am.
No, like,
No.
you wake up the next morning with her, you find your balls and your dick are gone away, so.
Oh, that's the worst kind. It's like, oh my God, where did it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? The police are just and the sheriff's just looking in the tall grass like, oh, I don't know where it is. Well, it's over there.
Indeed. You live in Austin. You should know about being a cowboy.
Oh, yeah, I should. Technically, I wasn't born in Austin, you know.
Mm.
I was actually born in San Jose, California, which is also part of the Wild West.
Yeah, you should be a full-born cowboy over there.
Yeah, I should. I got a cowboy hat. I've ridden a horse.
Yeah.
I did some lassoing in my time, in my youth.
Yeah. Yeah, me, like, I was born in America, but, you know, I grew up here in Australia, so I should be wrestling some crocodiles, I should throw some boomerangs, put some shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah. Hey, Maxie, have you ever, like, killed a kangaroo, cut off its nutsack, and turned it into a coin purse?
No, dude, I wouldn't do that. Like, the kangaroos are, like, our fellow animals over here. They're the symbol of this country. You know, so I wouldn't do that to our fellow symbol of the good old Australia. It was the emus and the crocodiles and the dingoes.
All them dingoes.
Yeah.
Always eating them babies.
Oh no, that's I wouldn't say that's too soon, but that's
yeah. Basically, you know, if my nephew was born in Australia, you know what? I would kill every dingo. I would hunt every dingo down.
No.
Wipe them off on the face of the earth.
No. Dingoes are like endangered species, and you know I really feel for the animals. Okay, so when the animals are like close to the extinction, you know, I wouldn't say that much on those animals. So come on.
Yeah. Wreck the planet.
But okay, and you speaking of cowboys, like this show is called Cyborg Cowboys, and I thought for all the new listeners out there, like, people are wondering what's this Cyborg Cowboys all about. So Andrew, what is this all about?
I'll tell you what it's about. Video games!
Video games, but not just video games. Retro video games.
Yes, we are taking a ride to the past.
From the past, you know, where the
flash from the past.
Where the era when all the video games were like down and dirty and old and rough and wild.
Yeah, where you had to blow on a cartridge.
That's right.
You had to walk 15 miles to a gaming store.
But you have to, you know, use about 4 buttons on your controller. Not just, and that's like the select and the start and the B and A.
And no joysticks, unlike you kids today.
No, you don't have all these back buttons. You don't have your Z buttons. You know, you don't have all these other contraptions. You don't have the Wiimote at all.
Yeah, fuck the Wiimote.
No, back in those days, well, those were the Wild West. Those were the hardcore days.
Yeah, with no internet. The ruthless and most tough gamers only survive.
And the only way to actually get through game if things get hard is the Game Genie. The fucking Game Genie. Yeah. So, and you know, this is gonna be fun exploring all of that, you know. But you know, other than that, we can later on we can also talk about some of the modern games like that's coming out, but mainly we're focusing on the retro games, because we're old people now.
Let me tell you something. Those who do not learn from history are bound to repeat it. A great man say it. I don't know what great man said it, but that's what he said.
And what's repeating in this thing, man?
Well, let's see. Well, for one thing, there are a few franchises that have not died. For instance, the shooter.
Yeah. The shooter, especially with the light gun from the very first light gun was the very first peripheral. Well, I think, would it be called the very first console peripheral in some way?
Well, basically, the earlier shooters is like, back then, you would have to use like a toy gun.
Yeah, a light gun, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no, not like today where you just use your remote. No, they were about like being like in the arcade. I mean, it all started in the arcade.
Yeah, that's right.
Arcade, you go up to like this one machine with a plastic gun that had a wire at the end.
Yeah.
You start shooting some guys.
Yeah.
They even have like these Western games in which they teach you how to draw.
Just like the Back to the Future 2 game, the quick shot.
Yep.
I was trying to find that arcade machine, after seeing that movie. I was like, I want to do the whole quick shot thing with Michael and Elijah Wood in that movie.
Well, yeah, it wasn't like this quick shot thing. The thing is, they would actually, I remember there was this like old arcade game.
Yeah.
Where they would show like actual live footage.
Uh-huh.
And there would be this like actor that would show up. And I can't remember what the name of the game was, but there was like this live footage where the actor would show up. You would have to practice drawing.
Are you talking about like that's a little bit later when you have full motion and videos on it? I don't think like the consoles that like hold up 8-bit graphics, wouldn't even actually.
Oh yeah, the really old ones. Well, I guess like the oldest series, like back in the Atari age, was like Centipede or like that tank game.
I think the tank would be considered like one of the earliest shooters over there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think that okay, maybe we'll actually give us some personal history of our own. So. For you, Andrew, like, what is the very first console you played?
Well, I guess the very first console I would play was the Sega Genesis.
Really?
Well, it was the first console my family owned. I mean, I did have some friends with Nintendo.
Yeah.
And I played some Nintendo a little while, but I guess the first console for me would be probably the Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay. For me, like, I am going way older than that. Like my
way older?
Yeah, way older. Like my dad bought me the very first Nintendo Entertainment System with the three game pack as well, which is the Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, and World Track Series, where you have where you have the the running pad, the running pad with all the 9 buttons, like the 9 color dot buttons on the pad, and you run on it,
Oh yeah, it's like that's when they try to do like the whole interactive thing.
Yeah, I think this was kind of a glimpse of Nintendo.
So it was like a foreshadowing of the Wii age.
Yeah, it was a foreshadowing of all this full body interactivity that Nintendo will actually be aiming for as well. So yeah, so the idea of the Wii did not, stem, a few years later back. It stemmed way from the very start, that was like the whole aim for Nintendo, while other, consoles are like trying to bring up, shooters, like trying to bring up their own peripheral light guns.
The light guns and like, oh man, did you ever own like a Power Glove?
No, I did not, because it's so bad.
I don't know. It's like the movie of like people. There was this old movie called The Wizard.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, the wizard.
Yeah, and they made the Power Glove look completely badass.
Yeah.
Like, all the little kids wanted to own the Power Glove. I wanted to own a Power Glove.
Yeah.
But turns out the Power Glove wasn't as great as they said it was.
No, because, like, I just played once with the Power Glove. One of my friends, at that time, they brought over the Power Glove. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check this out. And I was like, 4 or 5 years old back then. I didn't know any shit about it. And I was like, just, wailing upon it. I just didn't even know what was going on. And I just threw the Power Glove down. Like, I hate it.
This sucks!
This sucks! Yeah, even me as 4 years old, I was even think that the Power Glove sucks. Yeah, but yeah.
I take it you never got into the whole Wii craze.
Yeah. But I think the first shooter was Duck Hunt.
Yes, Dog Hunt. And
then we'll actually talk about this on this show. So like, this is the very first game that we'll be kind of reviewing, we'll be kind of introspecting on, and this is the first, a good game to start off this show with. So, yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everyone remembers Duck Hunt.
Yeah. And
it's like, you would shoot a duck, and when you miss, like, there was like this dog. I think the dog, he was like the first troll.
Yeah.
Because he laughed at you every time you missed. He would just snicker. Just pop out of the bushes.
No, it's not just snicker. It's like, you can hear his laugh really high, like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck you, dog!
I was like, and the dog
will
be like,
dog.
Yeah, you fucking missed, you fucking idiot.
I think that dog is the reason why people like cats more than dogs.
Come on, I'm a dog person, like, I just think that that's a really douchey dog. I was like, hey, you're hunting with me, I've been hunting some dogs, like, and what are you doing? You're just behind the bushes and you're laughing your ass off.
That dog's be like, you mad?
You mad?
You mad, bro?
Yeah. I don't know how, like, the accuracy with the light gun is, because, like, at certain times, I thought that I would miss a lot. I don't know, because I would actually be shooting, like, just really close to the screen. I thought I would actually, get more accuracy, but, like, shooting close, like, point blank on the screen. And, it didn't do shit as well.
Well, Max, the whole point of having a gun is to be long range. It's not, it's like, I know how I'll be good at this. I'll go all the way in front of the screen. Just point my gun right on the screen. It's like, no, Maxie, that's not how you're supposed to play.
Yeah, but dude, I was like 4 years old. Like, I was totally young back then. I didn't know shit. And I didn't even know about the Konami code, back then. Like, I didn't even go to the wizard for reference when I was playing, Super Mario Bros. 3. So I didn't know shit back then. I was just trying to, like, get some ducks.
We all were noobs at one point or another.
I was trying to get some ducks back then. And then, but I do remember that dog actually giving me so much shit that time. I was like, fuck you, dog.
It's like, you're gonna end up like Old Yeller, you laughing son of a bitch.
I wouldn't do that. I would actually, no, but okay, he's the one exception. That dog's a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, fuck that dog.
Yeah, but I wonder why, like, if they're gonna remake that game for the Wii, for the Wii U and give out full graphics, hopefully there would be an option just to strangle that dog. I
don't know if they did. I don't know if I would play like a reboot of Dog Hunt. It'd be like, even though it had like a thing where you would just neuter the dog.
It's a classic
game. It'd be like, it's not the same.
Yeah. It's a classic game. Like it's one of the first games everybody has played. When they first got the Nintendo, So, Super Mario and Duck Hunt are one of the earliest games we all played. Actually, except for you, Andrew, because you're a Sega man.
Well, that's it. I played Nintendo. Okay, I'm not like those guys that like, oh, this and this only console was the greatest.
Yeah. Well, you actually believe in the turbo, in the turbo processing stuff. Like, it's fast. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am both, back in those days was both of a Mario and Sonic fan. So I didn't have no side, I wasn't in no sides with either one of them, I like both of them very much.
Yeah, but, lately, Sonic has been sucking.
Oh no, he has his days, and
you're right.
And it's like with Mario, Mario is becoming more successful than Sonic, but he's still same old tiring games,
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's just all the Mario and Sonic games have not been what they used to be.
Yeah. But
and another thing. So Max.
So back to Duck Hunt.
Playing Duck Hunt, did it make you want to shoot real ducks?
No. And that is the thing. I maybe I can get into this whole influence on video games.
Right.
All these advanced, that video games invoke violence. And it just no, it does not bring out any violence. It brings out the any person who's unstable and psychologically unstable, will actually just snap even without video games, like that.
I think that game would probably promote violence towards dogs more.
Of course, yeah. No, but come on, like if you come out of a video game and you were influenced by it, then you're an idiot. I have no. You're just an idiot. If video games influence you, And
there you have it. You can't fix stupid.
Yeah, no, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like I would even think like just towards the 32-bit not the 32, the 16-bit graphics. When you introduce like with Mortal Kombat, like more violence in video games, then they become being a little bit more serious. But I think that time, like games, like especially with the 8-bit time, like video games was considered very much for kids. Like it was very much for like a children's toy, but just with better graphics and a lot of interactivity.
Yeah, I think even today they still get like video games are for kids.
Yeah.
It's kid stigma because I've seen like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty posters at Toys R Us.
Yeah. But it's not just for kids, it's also for adults as well, it's just that you have a kind of like Assassin's Creed where, dude, you are shoving a wrist blade up someone's throat. So that sounds like a kid's thing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't want to be those guys saying that, we should, about this whole thing, but, I mean, come on. Assassin's Creed poster and Toys R Us, you can't be selling Assassin's Creed like Toys R Us. I mean, come on. I mean...
No, yeah.
I don't want to be those kids, but I don't know.
It's just me being an older man, It's just me getting old, Back in those days, like.
Yeah, we're all getting old, Maxie. Yeah. That's why we're getting cyborg parts.
Yeah, as old as the Wild West.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, but that is Duck Hunt, like one of my earliest games. So yeah, moving on, and Andrew, what else can we talk about? Do you have in mind for the show?
Well, okay. Well, let's see. Besides Duck Hunt, what else was the earliest shooter? Oh, right. I think the earliest first-person shooter would have to be Wolfenstein.
Let me check. I thought that was like something way earlier in terms of like first-person shooter. So let me Google that up. First-person shooter game. The very first first-person shooter. Let's see. Hey, and look it up on on our all reliable Wikipedia. Alright, so history. No, the very first-person shooter was Battlezone. Yeah. It was, which is kind of like tanks in some way, but, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so, it is the very first, game where you have a first-person perspective, in when you're shooting, so, and you have a 360 parallax all around. It's basically,
back then they just had just green lines.
Yeah, green lines, yeah. And so you're just on a tank and you have your own target system and you just have to fight around blocks and mountains and all that stuff, And yeah, and I think this was on was it in any it wasn't in any console, it was in an arcade system as well.
Well, I think I played a game like that on computer.
Yeah, it would be on your computer, and I think it's still available on your computer. Still. Yeah, but back then, and I think I would play this much later on my school computer, because schools has that. When I was, they have.
Yeah, it's like most of the video games we played were at school, oddly enough.
Yeah.
I mean, some really good, some really bad.
Yeah. Apart all these, educational games, like Math Blasters, you have Battle Zones on your school computer.
Yeah. Oh, and Reading Rabbit. Let's not forget Reading Rabbit.
And Reading Rabbit, and Arthur's a motherfucker, But yeah, the Battle Zone would be the very first. What could be after that? I'm pretty sure there is, a lot of. But you see how it progressed through time. I think, and no one will actually predict that this genre will become the very forefront of today's games.
Yeah. Who would have thought that from a green polygon tank just shooting stuff would lead to a game like Wolfenstein, where you play as a lone commando killing Nazis.
Yeah. And just to becoming, the staple of today's game as well. So, but I don't mind first-person shooter. And I think with first-person shooter, they put a lot, for a lot of emphasis and a lot of artistry. So, and then
there was some story to it. They had these two cyborg Nazi commandos, one named Hansel, and the other one named Gretel.
Yeah.
And Hansel was just this big blonde guy with huge cyborg parts. And Hansel and Gretel looked like the same guy, only with lipstick and pigtail.
Yeah. So, but that, Wolf, and then you got Wolfenstein, which is, I think that also, brought up to the forefront when it comes to violence in video games as well, And Wolfenstein and Doom,
Doom. Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
That is when the uproar began.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Doom.
But the thing is, it's not like your action, just because it depicts blood on the screen. It depicts,
pixel blood.
Yeah, pixel blood. That was enough for moms and dads to actually go up why are you playing such violence on video games?
Mom, I'm killing demons.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm shooting actual people.
Baby! And my baby's becoming a killer!
But Mom,
all these wars that it's been causing around the world is because of you!
We gotta stop video games. It's corrupting our youth.
Yeah, stop us. We're like a $1 billion industry, So, no, not just $100 billion.
Screw you people, I have money.
Yeah, I'm not just $100 billion. We are $100 billion game industry. So yeah, stop us, man.
And another thing, some gun lobbyists, they just use video games as Guns aren't the problem. Video games
I
are
am
the
not
problem.
going to get that, you know. I am really...
Guns actually kill people, and video games just kill programs in the game.
Yeah. I am not getting any... It is a stupid argument, you know, like with these gun lobbyists. Like, you know, I really hope that it goes through with that, you know. I really hope that, you know, they really put guns, you know, into the forefront on these issues. But we're not just, you know, we're not really talking about that. We're talking about video games, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you know, we touch upon that first half on retrospective. Now we can go back a little bit to the whole modern games thing and talk about what games have been playing so far. So Andrew, like, what games have you been playing so far?
Well, I guess the latest years I've been playing have been like Black Ops and Halo Reach.
Yeah. And you know, so and for the fact, you know, I don't own like a 360 or Wii. You know, I only own a PlayStation 3 and a PC as well. So hey, I may be a Sony fanboy, you know. I may be that, you know. Yeah.
Oh, I can't blame you.
Yeah. Why? Because 360 sucks?
Well, not exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, you should have come towards the third dimension.
I mean, I would, but all of my friends were playing Halo, and I don't know, they suckered me into it. And plus, I liked watching Red versus Blue.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing I like from the Halo series, which is the Red versus Blue series, which I've been catching up on. You know, like I've been watching since season 7, which was years ago. Now I can't
remember the last time I watched an episode of Red versus Blue. I also really need to catch up on that.
Yeah. I'm not, you know, completely on season 8 now, and just looking back, seeing what they're doing so far, like wow, they put a lot of new things on that show. You know, they put on.
Yeah, it's like that has more seasons than Babylon 5.
Yeah, well, but to be fair, you know, each episode of Red vs. Blue is just 4 minutes, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And so if you had to break down for each episode for Babylon 5 into 4 minutes, you know, then it would be much, much, much longer than Red vs. Blue.
I don't know. If I had to choose between, what do you want to watch? Red versus Blue or Babylon 5?
I would like to watch Babylon 5, you know? Like, if I have the chance, I would like to watch that.
Yeah, but another thing, I hate to get off topic, but what do you think of the whole Defiance thing, the whole MMO thing?
As much as I'm not really, I'm a casual MMO game fan, you know, I'm not like, going out of my way to play all the other MMO games out there, such as with Star Wars, The Old Republic, and hell, even World of Warcraft. But I've been so I don't really care about Defiance, you know, in some way, you know. It's just there.
I don't know. I saw some clips of the whole series, and I was like, eh.
I do find the ambition of actually integrating MMO games with a TV series that you have that should coincide with the game, which is very ambitious, and you know it could be a good idea. You know, I think.
You know, I'm telling you, this is just the story of Icarus all over again. I tell you, Defiance is just going to fly way too close to the sun and just fall to their own death. Mark my words, as a cyborg cowboy.
No, I mean, no. Like, come on, like it's. Like it may happen to that, but I think some they just need to polish it a little bit more. I think what you're saying about like with Icarus, like they're becoming a little bit too ambitious in some way. But the idea is a good idea. It's just that they should have started a little bit smaller than having like a complete 24 episode season for the first season of Defiance. So
I mean, 24 episodes? I mean, Game of Thrones only gets like 10 episodes.
Yeah. But you know,
in this sci-fi series, which has has yet to build a fan base.
Yeah.
Gets like 24 episodes?
Well, you know, like, if show doesn't get canceled, you know, and, you know, like, from what I'm hearing, you know, it's not like it's getting that much, numbers on the ratings. So, I don't know, we just have to see, you know. Like, but the games that I've been playing right now, speaking of MMO games, I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2 games.
Yeah, you know, me too. I have enjoyed Guild Wars 2, and frankly, when Guild Wars 2 came out, I figured like this would be the game that would take the place of World of Warcraft, and it has yet to done that.
No,
there's no commercials on TV, nothing.
It's close, you know, but like, but I'll say that Guild Wars is a true competitor to World of Warcraft, you know, like, it is the one game that can, like, stand up against World of Warcraft. Like, but other games, you know, like, I think the whole idea of just no subscription fees, just buy the game, full price, and then it's yours, for life. That's about it, you know.
Yeah, I know, and that is awesome.
Yeah, that is a good idea, you know, because, you know, like, for me, you know, I go in and out, and, you know, like, I would actually stop playing games for a month, and actually go back into it, you know, and I wouldn't be worried about losing my money in some way. So,
yeah, you know, I kind of imagine myself breaking up with World of Warcraft. It's like, look, World of Warcraft, it's not working out. What? What are you saying?
I never been a fan of World of Warcraft. And I just played. I downloaded just the free 20 level 20 game, and I just got bored of it. You know, like I just got bored of the repetitive mission. You know, of the I think the first impression of going to the game and just doing some remedial task. You know, I was bored by it. While with Guild Wars 2, you go into it and straight on you fighting off, you know, badass monsters. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, did Blizzard change all that? No. Instead they're like, hey, we got Pandorans. It's like, yeah, I wanted Pandorans like 2 expansions ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're not even that cool. It's just a rip-off of Kung Fu Panda. It's like, why would that's it? That's all you got? Like, fighting Asian pandas? That's it? You know, screw you! I'm going to Guild Wars 2. I haven't played Guild Wars 1. And it doesn't matter. It's an MMO!
But you know, I don't really condemn Blizzard for that. Blizzard is a great game company. You know, they're actually doing so well out there. So, and you know, and especially with the StarCraft series and Diablo as well. I really hope they, you know, start making some new games other than those kinds of games. But
I just hope that Blizzard has not
StarCraft
lost its way, because why the hell did Diablo 3 have to be online? I mean, they didn't even have like a player versus player, and this whole you know, paying for gold and stuff is like, I don't know, and lately in the game, to get like different armor and stuff, they encourage you to play the game over and over again. It's like, no. It's like, once is enough.
Yeah. So, but been playing a lot of Guild Wars, and, you know, I've been playing for, I'll say, 1 month straight on, and then just like kind of, it would be this, if you put all my hours together, I would be, and I still haven't finished half the map yet, you know?
There's like tons of maps to go. So tell us, what class and race did you choose?
Of course, I chose a human race, because I always start off with a human race, you know, like with any other RPG, like with Skyrim, you know, I am that bland, you know. I go off with the human race because I want to create me in that world, you know. I want to create a close resemblance to me in that world. I'm also an engineer as well, and yeah, like which I use guns in it, which is like, cool, so going back to the whole first person shooter, you know? Yeah, it all comes around. And yeah, and I'm already capped on my level 80 now, so, which is too bad because, you know, I kind of progress on my traits a little bit, and
wow,
yeah,
you got to level 80?
Yeah.
I only got to like level 40.
Oh, I play a lot of this game, and you know, I'm already capped on level 80. So yeah, so I can't really go up anymore, and I can't really, you know, progress my characters a lot further with my traits, which is too bad in some way. I really hope
well, for me, I picked like the norm. I don't know, like the idea of transforming, being a part of a race of these huge Viking warriors. Yeah, that's why I choose the Nord and Skyrim. Sort of feel, you know, it's like I will crush my enemies.
And
so I picked like a Nord warrior. I sort of went through the anti-gun thing because I kind of felt like that my warriors kind of respected the old ways, and I wanted to practice the whole Batman discipline, which was fighting evil without any firearms.
Yeah, I use guns in my thing. Yeah, and build turrets. You know, yeah, and I've been having so much fun with that game as well. But even though I've been so busy, haven't been playing a lot lately. So hopefully I can get back to it. You know, so yeah, so that's good.
It's too bad we can't play together because you know it does have this thing where where a realm has like too much people and it's kind of hard to transfer, and you have to pay money to transfer the realm to play with your friends, and sometimes Maxi was hard to find. So basically, I ended up playing with complete strangers because I don't know who else that played Guild Wars because most of my friends in Austin just play WoW.
Yeah. So yeah, that is pretty much Guild Wars to it. And you don't, Andrew, you don't really have to call me Maxi. You can just call me Max. You know?
Okay, Max it is.
Yeah. Hey guys, you know, it sounds like a dog. Like, you name him after a dog. Yeah,
it's like, no, I made him after a ladyboy tequila slave.
Yeah. And yeah. Shout out to the loading bar. Like, those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, respect.
So, any more?
Jason wants me dead. That's why I'm notorious. Jason wants my head.
And if I'm like, hey, this Andrew Wilson, get him.
Literally getting me alive.
So, any more before we close off this show?
I think that's it.
That is it for our very first episode of CYBORG COWBOYS. So, it's been a fun show, you know.
You all come back, you hear?
It depends, you know, like, it's either, this could be a weekly thing or bi-weekly thing. So, like,
I'm hoping it'll be a weekly thing.
I would have to say, you know, like, if I have enough energy, because, dude, I am doing so much in my time, and, you know, I need that much energy just to ride up to the sunset. Just ride up and go on a whole massacre in the old town. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Just like John Marston style. John Marston!
Marston! It's like, I don't know if I recommend you taking cocaine. Frankly, you know, caffeine's good enough. You get enough buzz, just drink enough, you'll be fine. You know, just drink some Red Bull, you know, mix that up with some vodka, you'll be ready to go.
But, yep, speaking of Red Dead, I love Red Dead Redemption. My most favorite Western video game. Like one of my favorite video games ever. You know, I prefer.
I gotta admit, it's really good.
It's fucking amazing. I prefer that than the Grand Theft Auto series. You know, I prefer it from Grand Theft Auto 3 and 4, or any of those games. I prefer Red Dead Redemption. And you
think they'll make like a Red Dead Redemption 2?
I really hope they're gonna have a sequel to Red Dead Redemption, you know. I would.
I mean, would they call it like Red Dead Redemption 2, or would they call it like a different name, like Red Dead Resurrection?
I wouldn't care, I just as long as there is a.
Shut up and take my money,
dude. I would actually give all my life savings, just like that idiot in the carnival, like that. I would give all my life savings for that game. I wouldn't even give all my life savings just to make that video game.
Yeah, let me ask you something. Would you cut your arm off?
No, I wouldn't go that far because I need my arms to play video games. I would need my arms.
That's kind of like a deal with the devil. It's like, here's the thing: I take your right arm.
But how could you have
to Red Dead?
But how could you play without any arms?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like only an idiot would agree with that. It's like, okay. It's like,
why would
that's where the cyborg arm comes in.
Yeah, with that safe. Yeah. But I really hope they're gonna have a Red Dead sequel. But until then, let's just ride off into the sunset for another adventure. For another adventure. So I am Jordan MAXcast, aka Max JJ, and also Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew Wilson.
And let's just ride off. This is Cyborg Cowboys. This is Cyborg Cowboys. See ya.